Okay, good evening, everybody. Gorda Kudith. So we have a bit of a run through from last night. So the solar storm arrived just before, or yeah, it was announced just before midnight, and then arrived shortly after midnight, and we could see the effects almost immediately. It went up to a KP 8 to 9 and a 9. KP 9 is a little bit disputed, depending on which site you look at, but 8 to 9 was confirmed by the Space Weather Prediction Center this morning. Um, and so the solar storm was visible across many places in the States, in Mexico, in Europe, but it was fairly late in the morning. And so for Iceland, we got to see it about 3 a.m. when it really started going off, between 2 and 3 a.m., sort of really red hues on the sky towards the southern horizon. Now, for tonight, the prediction is for the second solar storm to run through. Hasn't arrived just yet, but like yesterday, that could mean it could arrive in a couple of hours. So, by all means, there's no reason to kind of get disappointed yet. But currently, we're sort of at a KP 3 to 4. And there is some activity that's already released. We can look down here. You can see these lines. Everything's very jittery, lots of activity, but mainly towards the northern horizon still, and a little bit of energy gathering over Iceland also. This is normal because we have a very disturbed magnetosphere at the moment. Current stats of the solar wind are interesting because wind speeds are currently fluctuating between sort of 500 to 290 kilometers per second, and sometimes up and down. That's because there's turbulence, there's different sort of layers of solar wind that are kind of being pushed and pulled together, right? So the solar wind's not one solid flow. There's different kind of currents that are coming together, and so sometimes you're going to see these weird little outliers, like here in the forecast I saw earlier. Here, 280 kilometers per second, which is much slower than some of the other solar wind. But the density of the magnetic field, you can see here, so the magnetic field strength is very, very strong, even though the density is sort of weak. Now, once the second solar wind comes in, I think we're going to see a lot like last night, very negative BZ and very strong solar wind speeds and also high density, hopefully. But we need, yeah, BZ, south facing BZ, more than anything to give us a boost in the auroras for tonight. Okay, so there will be aurora activity tonight. As you can see, Magnetometer is already showing us that there is energy coming in. So here we have Iceland and Norway, but that's probably going to be fairly faint compared to what it could be once the next phase of that X flare solar wind or solar storm comes through. So tonight will be exciting. Go and find clear skies and happy hunting.